We welcome you to the Simmons Complex at Halldale High School as Munson Media Sports is set to bring you field hockey. Two rivals here to go at it today as the Winthrop Ramblers come in to take on the Bulldogs. Hello, everybody. I'm Rob Munson. Mo McNally will join me here as our field hockey analyst. Christopher Wheeler doing our production as he sends this out to you, to all our sites. Calvin Mason on our game cam here from the sidelines here at the Simmons Complex. A beautiful day for a game. Coach McNally, torrential rain yesterday. The field's in terrific shape, and actually it could use a little bit of the rain here. And kind of a strange season that we've had, Coach. We've said this all along. The home Bulldogs come in at 2-2 on the season, and nothing to show. The good news is the Ramblers are undefeated. The bad news is this is their first game in this COVID-19 season.
It is definitely an odd season, but I've been more and more impressed with coaches and kids alike as far as how they're approaching the season. They're looking to develop younger players. At the same time, give the seniors the best opportunity to play that they possibly can. And kids are coming out ready to play, Rob. They're not backing down from anybody. And this game is going to be one we're going to see that. As you just said, Winthrop comes in with their first game, but boy, they come in with a storied history. Jess Merrill and Sharon Colton have led this team for the past few years. 8 seasons for Jess as a head coach. They were 2018 state champs. They were regional champs in 17, 18, and 19, MVC champs in those same years. But it's a little sad for them, as I just talked to Coach Merrill before this, because she only lost one senior last year coming out of a state game. Has got 9 seniors returning, and had very much hopes for going into that state game again this year. And I think across the state, when you talk to people, Winthrop was one of those teams that was going to contend for a title. But she's shifted her focus as well, and is looking for the younger talent, and hopefully the seniors leave a mark for them. Today we're looking for kids like Hannah Dooley, who's a senior. She was an all-conference kid last year. Maddie Perkins was an all-conference kid last year, number 11. She led the team in scoring last year and set a school record. Kerrigan Anazuski is an all-conference captain at number 32, and Jess is told us to keep an eye on number 15, Bella Littler, who's a sophomore, an up-and-coming sophomore this year. So when I just talked to Jess right before the game, they're very excited to be out here and have a game. Because, as you said, they've been on their own for a while. She says they've had alumni games, they've had inter-squad scrimmages. They've done as much as they possibly can to keep the kids invested to this end of the season. And then we take a look at Halldale. Halldale's a little different. They're an up-and-coming team led by coaches Angela Corbin and Kelly Mason-Baker. And we've seen them once, Rob, early on, and we're very impressed with Kylie Rolfe, who to this point has scored 3 goals. Ava Corbin is their go-to wing. Very strong, very good stick work. And the kid that I think really impressed us last time defensively was Lizzie Bickford.
Yes.
Really very steady.
Solid.
Yeah, very solid in the back. So we look for those 3 this year. Halldale, this game. Halldale's played Boothbay twice and won both of those games. They lost to Lisbon 2-1, and they lost to Oak Hill 3-1, which coach says was their best game so far. So they seem to be improving. As I said, Winthrop's coming in as a proven commodity, and Halldale's coming in to prove themselves.
Well, there you go. And, of course, these 2 programs, Mountain Valley Conference rivals, so they know each other for sure. And it's going to be a good mark for each one of these teams to see where they stand here. Of course, we said Winthrop, of course, just trying to get up and get going and, feel good about seeing somebody other than, your own teammates or your alumni and things of that sort. So, they're going to be very happy to get going out here today against some faces that they don't recognize quite so much, so that'll be a good test for them. They'll be moving left to right. They're in green, of course, the Ramblers, the Winthrop green, and Halldale Bulldogs there in their white home uniforms, and they are going right to left on your screen. Now, I just want to give everybody a little bit of a warning there. Our friends at Facebook are being temperamental. I'm having actually trouble on Facebook on my phone seeing the broadcast, but that's the reason that we put this all over the place. So you can also go out to our website, munsingmediasports.com, to watch. Out on Boxcast, we're on Twitter, we're just about everywhere that we can be. So we're underway here Holiday will look to control in their zone. Winthrop quickly on the attack. Maddie Perkins with it. She's going to bring it into the circle. Perkins percolating here. She's got a quick shot. And it went wide. So you can see Winthrop, coach, no rush there. They went right on the attack.
Oh, I don't think we'll see any rush from them at all. I'm sure Jess has them ready for this. And as you said, I think they're ready to play a game and see somebody other than themselves.
So trying to come out of their own end. The Bulldogs. They'll fight for control here. It was Ellery Stewart trying to get control. She couldn't get it. Letourneau for the Ramblers, but she is dispossessed. Right down in front of us on the take is Ava Corbin. Corbin skirts it down the sideline. Good job of ball control by Corbin down the sideline. She'll lose it finally, but she's deep into Winthrop territory. That hit didn't get through, and it was picked up by Rolfe. We saw Rolfe in the first game that we did here and noted how well she gets up and down the field. She's very quick.
And she's one of those kids that hasn't played very much. I think this is her first or second year of field hockey, if I remember the conversation correctly. So she's been impressive for Halldale.
Maddie Perkins on the take here for Winthrop. Dispossessed. But it'll be, I believe, the first corner of the game.
Yes, it is.
So we have a clock. It's unofficial. We'll give you the time at times. Chris is running the clock here. It's kind of hard to see at times. 13 minutes here. Remember, we're playing 4 quarters, so first corner of the game. Coach McNally will keep track of all the stats for us. On the insert will be Lauren Wood, the sophomore.
I think a good matchup to watch, too, coaches. Maddie Perkins, number 11 for Winthrop, versus number 5, Avery Baker for Halldale. And I think one of the things we want to look real early is see how the midfield is controlled. Once that midfield is controlled by a team, it's very often followed by a number of shots on goal. So whoever controls the midfield got a distinct advantage.
Insertion came into Maddie Perkins. Perkins has had a lot of stick time already in the game. Looks like she's one of the go-to offensive forces. Of course, no stats on the Ramblers. We can't say who the high goal scorer is because we're still waiting for that first goal for the Ramblers. So it's been unfortunate for them, just such a storied program. As you said, Jess Merrill just doing an outstanding job there. And that's another part of your coaching tree, Coach McNally.
I know. I've been watching Jess for the last few years since she took over that Winthrop program. She's done a great job. She's gotten some help from Sharon Colton, who was the varsity coach over there, and the two of them have been formidable. But to watch Jess progress as a coach has been particularly great for me. I've really enjoyed watching her kids play. They're steady, they're strong, they're very good fundamentally. She's done a great job.
Just a terrific multi-sport athlete at Gardner Area High School back in the day. Really good basketball player as well.
And as I understand, I think I told you, she's coaching 3 sports at Winthrop. She's this one, basketball and tennis, and has had great success in tennis at Winthrop. So
that's going to be dispossessed there. Avery Baker across the way was going to the ear dribble. I got that right, Coach?
Yes, you do.
All right. Coach gives me homework. It's like vocabulary lessons. She gives me, I have to match them up, send them in. Get graded. I like the word searches best. Field hockey word searches. Deepest possession so far. Here comes across. It didn't get through. It was intercepted. A good defensive job by Fratchett for the Ramblers. They're up in the shadows there. The beautiful backdrop here. What a beautiful complex here. The Simmons complex is here at Hawley High School. I was talking with Mark Tankum, principal here. He does a soccer analyst job, and they're talking about trying to, once the COVID thing blows through, get a campaign to put lights up on the main field over there. I think they'd make it a multi-purpose field.
Oh, it's a beautiful complex all the way around.
Beautiful.
And it's just
this time of year. Oh,
exactly. Situated in trees that are.
I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the pines at the University of Maine, back at the old field, Memorial Field. We used to have to go down there to cool off under the pines during the preseason time when we were on the field. Here comes the first corner of the game here for Halldale. Brooke Mishu on the insert, gets it in. They get the pass back into the circle, contesting, and they'll lose possession. Winthrop very quick on the attack here. They'll try to change field. They do. Loop it down here, right near side, right down through us. Trying to get it across was Littler. We told you you'd hear a lot about her. She got it into Letourneau. Letourneau got dispossessed, but Ramblers will lose it.
So far, a pretty close game.
Yeah.
Winthrop has been known for their defense over the past few years. So once Halldale gets in that circle, they're really going to have to concentrate on getting shots off, quality shots off when they can. Because Winthrop is pretty darn stingy when it comes to giving up goals and/or shots. But so far, pretty even game on both ends of the field.
And Azuski had it. She got it in the middle. Chases it down. Tried to connect with Dooley, but didn't work for the Ramblers. And here come your Bulldogs. Glad you could join us here on Bulldog Sports. Munson Media bringing you all. And I think we've made them all so far, even with the crazy schedule. End of the circle. Come the Ramblers. Dispossessed and knocked outside. Turned away, and Baker's got it. Baker takes it out wide, drives it up the far side, trying to connect over there with Stewart. Ellery Stewart's got it.
Emma Soul had a nice breakout coming out of that defensive end, so they're playing solid defense on this end as well. This is going to be
good matchup, Coach, so far.
Seems to be.
Driven down. In the field, just a little softer than we saw it for the first game here when we didn't have rain. Coach, that ball was flying out of here. It was one of them ended up down Maple Street and rolled all the way down. Picked it up at our friends at Capsa's Pizza. Winthrop, speaking of, see how I do that, Coach?
Yes.
Speaking of Capsa Pizza, we'll have a Capsa Pizza play of the game. We've got a long way to go before that. Here comes Winthrop with it. Trying to get in the circle. There's some nice stick work by Perkins. She's slick with the ball.
I think she scored, if I remember correctly in my notes, Maddie Perkins scored 45 goals last year. So,
well, I can see why. That's a lot of goals.
Oh,
that come practice, Coach? Pre-game? Wow, that's a lot of goals for Maddie. You could tell right off that we haven't done a lot of field. We've done Gardner field hockey, but this is nice getting out and seeing some of the other great programs. Here comes the insertion. They'll get it in, come just outside the circle. Now they'll sweep it in. Come back over here to the right side to Lesko. She drove it through. Bulldogs trying to fight it out. Letourneau for the Ramblers, but good job there in the corner. So the corner's pretty even. 2-1 so far in corners, but we'll get a redo on the corner from the other side here. Calvin Mason doing our camera work. Calvin's got a tough perch. Calvin's up in the bleachers, a little bleachers, so we're not as high as we normally are. My son took his truck to work today, so we weren't able to do it. This is Gayen got it inside, but dispossessed, and Bulldogs are looking to turn the field if they can. Nice stick work down the near side. Baker with it. Aerial dribble. She does, and there's an infraction. You cannot contest that. You can't hit the stick of an aerial dribbler. Coach McNally impressed with the old guy here.
I am very impressed.
Good step up, but stolen back by Dooley. Hannah Dooley. Got it far side. Contested over there. Gayen's trying to get it and possess for the Ramblers. Can't do it. She got it back. Sweeps it into the circle. And I believe another corner.
Both teams are doing very, very well, moving the ball up and down the field. As you see in this particular game, we're moving the ball from end line to end line.
Yes.
So the passing is very good on both sides. Halldale has traditionally used their left side with Ava Corbin, and Winthrop is doing the same, using the wings to bring the ball down. So it's a very smooth game so far.
Insertion went in to Maddie Perkins. Fought for right in front and rolls off the end line. So far, the Bulldogs been stingy on the corners, but they're playing with their backs to the wall here. They like to change field position if they can. They'll take it outside. Dispossessed, stolen away by Perkins. Perkins on the take. She gets defensed up there by Lizzie Bickford. Coming to 4:30 mark. 4:34 left here in the first. We'll play 4 quarters, 15 each. Teams will sanitize and water up. Don't need water today, Coach.
Yep.
Sometimes you hit this point of October and you're doing hot chocolate and hot cider.
I know. This is a great, great day for a game. Unlike Gardner the other day where the wind was blowing so hard that all the papers ended up down on the field.
Yeah, I know, huh?
But a great day for a game.
I saw Coach Cole before the game. I said, boy, wouldn't this be great to play two? Play doubleheader. I don't know if they'll have a JV game. Both of these got the pretty good numbers on the squad. I don't think so. I think just one game today. Winthrop's got a large squad, though. Nice move inside. That's deflected out. That was a good save. I didn't see it, but I heard a thud, so I know it must have gone off the pads. Pad save and a beauty.
The other thing we might want to keep an eye on, too, is the conditioning of Winthrop. Having not played a game all season, I wonder how they're going to look towards the end of the game. And they're a fast team to begin with. They're moving all the time, so we'll see how that plays into it towards the end of this game.
As we said, this is a great measuring stick for a growing Bulldog program to go against their perennial champion in the Ramblers. Kerrigan Anazuski set to tee it up. She does. She's going to go aerial, but she drops it, so she's got to backtrack. Some good reverse stick skills there.
Really good protection of the ball through that sequence, thus getting this particular call. But she did a very good job with the ball that day, protecting it.
She'll backtrack now, bring it in. She's going to let it go. It's deflected in front. Cleared to the side. Good clear by the Bulldogs. They take it into the safety zone to go out of bounds, but they avert the middle of the field. That was a good job by Avery Baker. Little dipsy-do for Lesko. Trying to connect inside here with Letourneau. 2:15. We're left here in the first. No score, as you see on the Munson Media scoreboard. Thank Calvin Mason doing a great job on our camera work. Chris Wheeler doing our production.
Fifth corner for Winthrop this particular quarter, and I think they just got a little bit more speed inside the circle. If Halldale gets their feet around, I think you'll see they'll cut off these corners a little bit. But right now they're a little bit quicker.
Came into Perkins like they do. Now they've got one teed up, and that's going to seal wide, but it was blocked in front. Still loose, kicked out. White trying to clear, but Winthrop keeping the pressure on. Swing and a miss, and averted danger. Mr. Robinson for Halldale.
It was a great sequence for Kelsey Cormier in the cage there. It's awful tough to, once you get one shot out, that rebound shot coming back at you, she comes back pretty quick. So she had a great sequence of saves right there. Well,
Cormier has been equal to some tough shots here so far. As you said, the corners are what, 5-2 or 5-1? 5-1, so quickly taken here. Dooley's got it. Going to work. Tries a tricky dribble through, but can't get through. But it'll set him up for another corner. With 48 seconds left. Been a fast first quarter of play. So they've been going into Perkins, coach, on this.
Yes. I think we've seen Perkins as their mainstay of their offense, certainly.
So just when we say that, they send Perkins inside, and they get it to Dooley. Dooley. She gets defensed, but she gets it back, sweeps it in.
Looked like Coach Merrill sent Perkins as a cherry picker right in front of the goal cage, looking for that shot to come in and get a piece on the rebound, which a lot of coaches do at times, especially in a penalty corner when there's...
Yeah, because if you run to her, she runs right past you that way. And that will do it. So a well-played first quarter here. We'll be back. We'll take a few messages from some of our local sponsors here for Halldale Sports.
Feel like cooking dinner? Call Capsa's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Capsa's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
JMH Associates is a boutique financial and management consulting firm that can provide customized solutions for your business or personal affairs. We can provide management expertise to your small business, personal financial guidance, and organizational structure for your personal and business needs. This will allow for better communication and execution with your other financial partners. We help establish businesses, we'll help you start a new business, and we can provide IT support for your business needs. We are JMH Associates. We're proud to be associated with MunsingMediaSports.com. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munsing Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munsing Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation. We're back. We thank all our fine anchor sponsors here that are bringing you Halldale Sports, along, of course, with Chris Renslow and the administration here at Halldale High School. They won the Munsing Media first call lottery when when everything broke crazy heading in to this season. Chris called me right up. He said, "Hey, I'm new to the job, and one of the things Mark Tinkham talked about is that you might be able to stream for us. Will you do all our games?" I said, "Yeah, I will." He says, "Junior high too?" I said, "Yeah, I will." So we thank them for their support. Great community over here. And one of the things we got coming up, we got the Bulldog Strong basketball tournament coming up. It's not a school-affiliated thing, but it's Ryan Medore, Jamie Medore, and that crew putting together a tournament. They do it every year, and every year they've asked me to stream it. And I've never been able to do it because I've always had football playoffs that weekend. So this year we're going to do it. Ryan just sent me the schedule today. I didn't get a chance to look at it, Ryan, if you're listening, but I will look at it tonight. It was crazy time because we've made about 6 changes to the schedule. We'll go over that at halftime. Chris Will, our producer, will remind me to go over the schedule change. It's all up on our Facebook page. We'll put that up there so that you can see what's going on. Everything's changing around. Part of it has to do, I think, with some incoming weather, maybe Friday night. So they've moved the Gardner 7-on-7 football game from Friday to tomorrow night. They rescheduled the Winslow-Gardner field hockey game to tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow afternoon, Calvin, Moe, and I will be down at Gardner. We'll do the field hockey game. Calvin and I will sprint over to the press box at Hoke Field, set up for the 7-on-7 football game that starts at 6. And meanwhile, Chris and Corbin and Mark Tinkham will be doing the middle school soccer game from Halldale at the same time. So
full schedule, Coach.
Yes, yeah. And I am finding, Coach McNally, what I really need to do is to write everything down. I used to be able to remember everything, and but now I found it's best if I write it down.
I'm right there with you.
So we thank all our fans watching over in Winthrop. You can watch your football team tomorrow night on the 7-on-7. They had to cancel the Gardner at Winthrop one. I don't know. I think that's been rescheduled too. So, but we'll have the football from Hoke Field and Gardner tomorrow night. It'll be our first ever 7-on-7 game, and I've got about 24 hours to figure out what the rules are for that. I've got to call somebody. I think I know who to call on that one, so we'll call the head coach at Gardner High School, and find out what the rules are.
Do you know it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just checking. Interesting first quarter, Rob, with Winthrop's experience showing a little bit. They had 7 shots on goal to Halldale's 1, and had 6 penalty corners to Halldale's 1. So their experience is showing a little bit, but boy, it's impressive for Halldale to sit back defensively with Kelsey Cormier and Lizzie Bickford, Emma Soule are really holding their own in the back defensively. So if Halldale can get a charge and just get a couple shots up at the other end, it may change the complexion of this game a little bit.
I would say the first 5 minutes were pretty even. As you were commenting at the time, Coach, they were back and forth on that first 5 minutes, but the field has tilted, favoring Winthrop, and the corners indicate that. They're in the circle again. Here they come. Let you know we'll have any replays of any of the goals. Chris will be right on that. It's a little easier when we bring a fourth person in. We're able to do that because we only had one game today. So here comes another corner. Let's see what they do. Last time they used Perkins as a decoy. This time they go right back to her. Maddie Perkins going to let it go. Comes through and got tipped and went wide. They set Kerrigan Anazuski up at the near post to try to, for the tip-in, wasn't able to get it.
I'm sure Coach Corbin has said on these penalty corners, wherever Maddie Perkins goes, keep an eye on that kid because she's going to be involved in this corner one way or the other, either a shooter or a tipper. So I'm sure the Halldale kids have got their eye on number 11 every corner.
Well, you said 32 goals for her last year. In her junior year is a bucket full of goals.
And out of the 7 shots they've already had, I think 5 have been hers. So she's definitely an offensive threat.
Aerial, that's going to be touched high, dangerous, so it comes back.
You can play those with your stick up above, but
as long as there's nobody in the way, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't have your stick up above your head.
Yeah.
I mean, you can bring your stick up with the handle up to play it down, but once you bring that stick up over your head, they're going to call it dangerous every time.
Yeah, it's got to fall into an area where there's no player.
Exactly.
That was a good steal, dispossessed there and trying to change the field. The Bulldogs. They'll fight for it. Some good work there by O'Connor. She had the original dispossession, and then she tried to make the play up. She's on the ball here again. She's going up against Letourneau. Letourneau with a cute little play through the wickets. Getting back is Lizzie Bickford as she normally is. Going to come back outside now. Anazuski set to launch. She'll go aerial. Drops it. Picks it back up. Sweeps it in. That got a stick on the way through. And then a quick shot went wide. I don't think it was deflected by anybody, so I don't think it'll be Bulldog ball. When the second, 10:46 left. Our scoreboard is, we have to use a soccer scoreboard. Our software doesn't have a field hockey. I've already made a request for them to do that. So when you see us move into we can't move to the third quarter. We'll remind you of that. Taking it to the outside is Bickford. Trying to get away here on the check by Letourneau. And Bickford does a good job. Here she rolls. Coming up. Bickford can't get through. She's dispossessed. But O'Connor followed up nicely. Corbin coming down the near side. Corbin trying to get into the zone. She'll lose control. Fight to get it back. She does. Good piece of work by Corbin there, being persistent, Coach McNally.
She's this is another steady game for her. She played very well the first game that we did down here, controlling this side of the field, and her stick work bodes well here. She gets inside the circle, see if we can get a shot off.
Whistle. Not much zone time so far for the Bulldogs, but they've got some now. Somebody's got a loose wheel, so they give them a little time to get the breakdown lane, get that taken care of.
This is a tough offensive call, too. You've got to move the ball 5 yards before you can go into the circle with it.
Yep.
So while you're moving, the defense gets set. It's awful tough to get in the circle especially from this side.
Baker's doing some fancy stick work, but she'll be dispossessed and lose possession. Ducking for cover. That was self-preservation. Hello. Avery Baker said, holy cow. She did a great job getting a stick up there. And doing a good job of forcing the issue was Brooke Mishu. O'Connor's got it here. I'll have to give O'Connor her distance, and they do. Now here she comes. Tried to get it through. It was deflected by Perkins for the Ramblers. Swept up through center at midfield. Possessed there by Dooley. Dooley reverses. Tried to connect up there with Letourneau. Letourneau. Nice little back pass to herself. Trying to get through the defender. She does, but backtracking is Brooke Mishu. Mishu tries to take it off the side, but she's dispossessed by Dooley. Dooley trying to get some work inside. She does. Maintains possession. Ball comes in, and we'll have a corner. Welcome all our fans watching today. We wish you could be here, and we know you wish you could be here. Today would be a day to have some apples and apple cider and sugar donuts and
all that stuff.
Yeah. My blood sugar would be squirting out my ears by then, but anyway. Old man problems. Ooh, a collision. Yee. He'll bounce up. That was Rolfe and Kylie Rolfe. She's okay. Accidental, as you saw. Kylie got wrapped up with Maddie Perkins. Now we're back at it in the circle. Shot wide. That's heading to the parking lot. 6:56 left here. We're in the second. 4 15-minute quarters now in girls field hockey this year, according to the NFHS. That's the National High School Federation Sports. Nice tap. Stepping up to make the defense, and she hasn't had to make too many plays with Sydney Harrison, but she made the play there for the Ramblers. Nice little through pass here to Gary, Autumn Gary, coming down the near side. She'll lose it. Not able to drive it through. Silivic for the Ramblers, one of her first possessions. Up ahead, on the chase, Corbin, Ava Corbin. Corbin running out of room up that near side, goes out of bounds. So it goes over to the Ramblers.
Halldale seems to be playing this left side, which has been their strength, but I think we'll see the Winthrop defense kind of slide over to that left side if they continue to use it and not spread the field out. So Winthrop may overcompensate with the defense on this particular side because Halldale's not using that right side. So maybe if we spread it out just a little bit, get the ball on the other side, change fields periodically, we might see this game open up a little bit more.
I admire that ball coach. In case it came at us, I was going to save you.
I'm glad you were.
We don't often get this close to any of the games that we get to call. It's great to be down here, right field side, and bright sunny day, big numbers. Always important for an old guy. That's a nice pass through the legs. Going to connect with Corbin, trying to go up the near side, went off her, so it's going to be into possession. Here are the Ramblers with Sydney Harrison, the senior. Corbin dispossesses. She's on her own, knocks it out of bounds. Nice aerial. Perkins switches field to Dooley. Dooley. It'll stay Ramblers. They'll fight for just inside the circle, and now, let's see.
Stick obstruction. Mariah O'Connor is playing very, very well defensively, bringing the ball out there. Turned that Winthrop athlete into a foul there to break out. Once somebody's controlling the ball with a stick and the ball is right on the stick, if the opponent hits that stick while you're dribbling, it's short. We used to call it stick obstruction. It's interfering with the dribble. You've got to just play tight defense until the ball is off the stick and then make your move to take it away. But if you take it away when the ball is on the stick, it becomes a penalty most often.
So here we go for a corner for the Bulldogs. Let's see if they can cash in.
Now, I think first game we watched Avery Baker on a lot of these corners, so it'd be interesting to see how they set her up today, or if they do.
Inside. That was, I think, the first save.
Yes,
inside. Trying to get the number of the Winthrop goalie.
I'm pretty sure it's Madison Weymouth.
Is it Weymouth? Okay.
I believe so, but I'm not positive.
Ellie Folsom would be the other goalie, and sometimes those goalies, you have to wait till they turn around see their number. We know it's been Kelsey Cormier down the other end. She's had a really good game. Picture perfect day here up on the hill at the Simmons Complex at Halldale. Two really good teams going after it. Just does the old coaches good to see kids out there competing and playing hard and running around and doing all kinds of great stuff that we wish all the fall athletes could do. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. They're in discussions. I talked to Jason Fuller, the fine athletic director down at Lewiston today, and he says they're not going to make the same mistake they made. They're going to get this winter stuff figured out sooner. So
I was talking to the Winthrop coaches before this, and that's one of the things that they had hoped. They had hoped that they'd figured this out long before they did.
Yeah.
Left some teams in limbo and didn't really know what you were going to do. Some teams were playing, some teams weren't. Some teams had conditions, some teams hadn't.
Yeah, and then you were getting in and out of different color designations.
Right.
It's been a hard thing, but we'll celebrate today because it's beautiful and kids are competing, and we're glad you're with us here at Munzing Media. We've got a good one going against two really good teams, opponents that respect each other, and we're in a scoreless tie right here. Corbin, inbounds. Inbounds. Jeez, long sport, Rob. Comes inside, a scramble. They scrum for it. So that was a good corner.
Right, Halldale's been back into it offensively here in the last few minutes. Up till that point, it had been Halldale's defense against Winthrop's offense.
An inadvertent trip. Lauren Wood got it ahead. She's looking to get the return pass. Can't do it. Stepping into it. Is O'Connor. You mentioned her a couple of times. Laura's done a good job here today. She's been busy on this near side. She's on the defense here. Tucked inside by Wood. Bickford. But we're ticking down here to a short time. But they'll play the corner out even if the clock goes out until the corner is completed. And to be completed, Coach McNally, what has to happen?
Either you turn the offense into a foul, the ball goes out over the end line, or the ball comes above over the 25.
Kicked out.
Finish the play. And there it was.
And there it was. A good kick-out save by Kelsey Cormier to end the half. So we'll end it where we started it. Scoreless here from the Simmons Complex. We're back for halftime stats when we come back after these messages.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
I really love working at P&G because of the impact that I'm making on my community.
Once a year we will shut down our facility, and it's really cool because at that point we have close to 400 people that are spreading out over the community, helping out all of these nonprofits.
It's just a great day where we all get together and help the community, and we all have fun. And it's just rewarding to be able to give back and help other people. So that was something that we're really glad that they started. And then shutting the whole plant down and do it as a group is a big deal also.
Everybody here looks forward to that day. I don't know, it just energizes everyone knowing that we're going out and we're truly helpful out in the community. And we donate, we shut down our plant for 2 days to be able to leverage all of this manpower to go out and accomplish things that some companies say they can't even get done in a year with the volunteers they have. So we go out in one day and for several hours, go out there and do it. And people are just so excited when they know that we're coming to do that and ask us that year, can you come back and do this again? This is great. So it's a really good sense of pride at every level throughout that day of caring, no matter where you go out in the community. Everyone is very excited about it.
The culture in P&G is very different. It's very special. Everyone is very collaborative. Everyone is is very honest, and they want to help you succeed.
We value everybody's input, especially the new guy. So if you're having a problem on the line, it's always, you get stuck with this mentality of, hey, I've seen this before. Maybe your experience is your worst enemy. So you turn to the new guy and you say, hey, buddy, what do you see? Because I see this. And you get their perspective, and they like that. They feel like, wow, I'm a new guy, and now you're asking me my opinion. And sometimes it actually helps us resolve issues or problems on the line, and with our culture, it's very cool.
Procter & Gamble is a good place to apply to try to work at. The pay is good, benefits are good, and they're willing to invest a lot in you to help you succeed at what you do.
I'm getting my needs met career-wise. So I'm getting the leadership experience, I'm getting the coaching that I need to move on and move up. And then I'm also getting breadth of experience in terms of the different roles and stuff like that. So I'm getting the exposure that I need, so that's why I like it. The pay is great, of course, but it's more than just pay to me. It's being able to find something that I'm passionate about and that I am good at, and that I can just jump in and feel like I'm making a valuable contribution to the business. So
I love my job. I am never bored here. I get tired, I wake up in the mornings, but I've never woke up in the morning and said, I just don't want to go to work. I just don't feel like being there. So I love my job, and I love the fact that it's something different every day I come in. I don't know what to expect when I come to work.
We're definitely up there in both wage and benefits. But for me, it is the people. Yep, we have a great group here.
The benefits are great. We have a new gym that's been expanding, so that in itself is a huge benefit. With the gym, there's the personal trainers and all kinds of different equipment and classes.
If everybody embraces that they're a shareholder, they're owner of the company, your opinion really matters. And that's another thing I think P&G is really good at.
I'm retired United States Army Staff Sergeant Travis Mills, formerly of the 82nd Airborne Division. In 2012, I was injured in Afghanistan due to a roadside bomb. It took portions of both arms and both legs, and through Walter Reed and 19 months of intense recovery, I was able to build myself back up, learn how to walk again, drive again, and take care of my young family. Since then, I have decided to be on the road speaking as a motivational speaker.
Life is all about perspective, all right? So for me, it's real easy. I gave a lot, but I didn't give everything. When I think about my situation, I'm lucky to be here.
When I was on the road speaking, I was hired by CBU Benefits. Ray Valley and Brian Heath brought me in to speak at one of their forums.
After hearing Travis's story, I was compelled to move forward with our relationship. We specialize in reaching out to employees and employers, explaining to them the value of supplemental health coverage. Accidents, cancer, critical illness, disability, and sometimes even death are events that happened in our lifetime.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their healthcare just didn't cover it. After talking with Ray and Brian, telling them how much I really appreciate what they're doing, they decided that it would be just an awesome partnership if I became part of the team, not just as a spokesperson, but as an actual partner in the company. I have a message for everybody about supplemental benefits because I feel like everybody should be protected from life's unexpected events.
Accidents do happen. I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
Cooking dinner? Call Caps's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Caps's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
Stay with us post-game. The Capsa Pizza play of the game. Coach McNally will choose somebody from the Bulldogs to win that award. We've been giving those out all season, both here and in Gardner, and the kids have really liked it, and they're getting over there to Capsa's. I want to thank Chad Partridge, the owner of Capsa's Pizza. And Chad says things are going great there. People are coming in, and they mentioned they're seeing his ads on our game. So when you get to see any of our sponsors, if you run into Ray Valley downtown in Hollowell, thank him for his fine support with CBU Benefits. He and Travis Mills doing a great job with that. Brian Heath also. So we thank everybody that's one of our sponsors. Let's take a look at the first half stats here as we get set for second half action with the stats here for the first half. Coach Mo McNally. Mo?
Hey, what a great game it's been so far. Just exactly what we expected. It's Winthrop's offense against Halldale's defense right now. Winthrop's got 8 shots on goal, mainly from Maddie Perkins, but 8 shots on goal. Halldale's got 4 shots on goal. Winthrop's got the edge, solid edge on penalty corners with 9, but hasn't converted on them yet. Halldale's had 3 penalty corners, and the goalies are 6 and 4. Halldale's got 6 goalie saves, and Winthrop's got 4. So we're seeing a hotly contested ball game today. Halldale's holding their own against Winthrop. Winthrop is a seasoned team coming in with experience, and Halldale's more than holding their own against them. So it's a great game to watch here.
So we'll have to see what happens in second half with adjustments. Coach McNally will be keeping the eyes peeled to see if anything changes here as far as modes of attack or mock-ups and things of that sort here as we get set for the second half of action. You're watching high school sports. We told you we got busy rest of the week here as we come up to the midweek here today.
I would envision that one of the things that Coach Corbin said to her kids was we got to slow down Maddie Perkins. Maddie Perkins has got to stick on the ball on just about every movement. So if they can slow her down by playing a little bit tighter in the midfield and not allowing her to get the ball, to initiate that dribble, I think that's going to hold them up a little bit. So I would envision that Coach Corbin had something to say similar to that.
So the Ramblers have been playing both goalies. We're going to try to get the goaltender down here. Chris will keep an eyeball for when she turns around so we can grab her number. They had a number 15 playing goalie, but we have no number 15 on the roster, so we couldn't give credit there. Coming up the left side is Perkins. Trying to dribble around a defender, and she does. Maintains possession. Good job. Lizzie Bickford lost her wheel.
That was a goal, Winthrop.
So part of that is we lost Bickford on the defense here, and she had to go off and put her shoe back on. So we'll see it here on the replay. See if we can't find out who got the goal here. It's 1-0 as Winthrop comes in the first minute of play here in the second.
I know Maddie Perkins had a great assist on that, but
Chris is working on getting the replay up. I don't know if we got it. So on the goal was Kerrigan Inazuski. She's had a lot of opportunities so far in the game, so Kerrigan with the goal, the senior. We'll see if Halldale can counterattack. 1-0 here. 13:33 left. We're in the third. We're probably saying second on the scoreboard. Remember, we can't make that scoreboard. It's set for the old method, Coach. The old two halves.
Right. That's right.
They'll have to update their scoreboards for us. Oh, they're trying to counterattack here. They can't. Seniak got it up the far side, but dispossessed, and here come the Bulldogs with it. They can't get it through.
And again, it's the Maura O'Connor that's played pretty tight on that side, defensively all game long.
Comes the counterattack here, and trying to get a hold of it and get it, drive it up was Maddie Perkins, not able to do it. Comes Halldale with it. On the attack is Avery Baker. She's on the far side. She loses it. And here comes Dana Lesko. She drives it up. They'll scrum for it at midfield. Just driven to just over midfield, but turned back again here by Lesko. She's been active here in the second half. Dana, one of the seniors on the team. That was stepped in by, I think it was Ellery Stewart. Now they'll turn it down. On the chase. Inazuski lays it back out. She looks for the return pass. They can't get it through to her. Now she spin around, take it back out, try to get a little room is Bella Littler. Trying to get through the defense, can't. And it'll be turned over to White. Winthrop won. The Bulldogs nothing. The goal came in the first minute mark here. Kerrigan Inazuski.
I just heard Coach Corbin on the series before this at Switch the Field, so I think they're looking to go a little bit more to the right than they did the first half and use both sides of the field. So, and as we've said before, if you come down on the right side going into the circle, it's much easier to get the ball into the circle from the right than it is from the left, just by the nature of the way you carry the stick.
So we have the goal on replay when we get a time to fit it in. We don't want to take away from the action. Right down in front of us, some good stick work here. Back pass by Abby Ross. Good looking aerial, drops in safely. Picked up down there by Rolf. She drives it towards the goal. Cleared away. That's a good piece of work on the defensive end here. I want to give the Ramblers credit for that. See who that was streaking in to make the play. It was Dana Lesko, as we said. She's had a good second half defensively here so far for the Ramblers. Baker with it. That went out. But it'll be Bulldog ball. Baker.
This is where Avery should be thinking, what's the best way to get that into the circle as quickly as possible? Because they haven't been in the circle that much, they've got to take the opportunity to get it in. And once they get it in, they get a shot off. So every opportunity inside the 25 to get the ball in the circle, you got to be thinking 1 or 2 passes ahead. And how can I get that in the circle quickly?
That thing came out like an intercontinental ballistic missile. ICBM. That might be a Cold War phrase. I'm not sure if those are still existent. My goal is to send all the listeners to Wikipedia at least once to find out what the heck he's talking about. Intercontinental ballistic missile. Avery Baker set to launch. Gets it right side. They'll try to get it in the circle. They're trying to connect over there with Emma Sorois. Sorois got dispossessed. Baker stepped in, but not able to maintain control of it. It came to Januszewski. Thrown back, and they're fighting for control here. Rolf can't get it.
Emma Souls played pretty steady right around the 50-yard line for Halldale, too. Has broken up a couple of these long passes to start their own Halldale's own offensive push. So
some good work by Siniak. She started in the middle, came up the right side, and now a threat here. So they turned the field very quickly. You're a big proponent of that, I know, Coach.
Yeah, anytime you can take your free hits quickly, you catch the defense on their heels, you're going to gain 5 or 10 yards.
Let's take a look as they set up for the corner. We'll take a look at the goal. Again, it's Januszewski who's going to get credit for the goal. You see the rush to the net. And that was in the first minute of play here in the second. So you're up to date here. Winthrop will get set for another corner. Comes the insertion. It's going to go to Januszewski. She tried to get it off. Got deflected. And good job there that time by the Bulldogs.
A little different on that corner. They had Maddie Perkins with the insertion and then going right straight to pads looking for the deflection. So, as we said in the first half, I think a key for Halldale is where is Perkins?
Once the ball gets out of the danger zone, I got a question for Coach. That ball came in deep. So how many typical corner plays will you have during the course of the year, Coach? I mean, because you scout each other, so you change it up a little bit. Game to game, you go with a certain set of corners?
You do. You kind of look, we used to do some scouting and take a look at the defense you're playing against. If they've got, as you take a look at this corner, if they've got a real fast flyer coming out the top and you don't think you can get your shot off quick enough, then you might change your corner up. But as far as I was concerned, we had probably 5 or 6 straight corner plays, but there were several off those depending on the defense you were coming up against and how quickly you can get your shot off. I mean, there were some years where I had kids that when they took a shot at the top of the circle, it took them a half an hour to get it.
Yeah.
And then you got other kids who have a real short shot and you can get it off pretty quickly.
I think we just saw one there with Dana Lesko. She got that shot off very quickly on the last corner. Been a well-officiated game. You're a lot more friendly with the officials, I notice, now that you're retired, Coach McNally. Yeah. Hi, how you doing? Great to see you. How are the kids?
Yeah. That's a good point. You know, in spite of everything that happened on the field, boy, they put in a lot of hours, the officials. I shout out to Pam Newton, who's in her 50th year of officiating
high
high school.
That's 1970.
Oh, well, I'm telling you. She, I just sent a letter. They put together a little memento for her, but a shout out for her and all the officials. I mean, this is not an easy game. It's not easy to officiate in this day and time anyway, no matter what the sport is.
And they're always looking for new officials. We hear a lot of them in the stands usually, so we're not hearing so many this year, but that's into the circle, dangerous for the Bulldogs, and the Ramblers are trying to increase the lead. I have another question for you now, Coach. One of the techniques I'm seeing that gets talked about is putting that stick down all the way down on the grass to stop the play coming out. But the key thing is you can't go down on one knee to do that.
Right. Basically, that's a turf skill. On the turf, the ball never bounces, so when you put that stick down, it usually comes in contact with the ball. Here on a bouncy field, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you're absolutely right. Especially inside the circle. If you go down on a knee to play that with the stick down, the officials then have to determine whether or not that leads to dangerous play or can be dangerous for the person that's down. Most often, officials are going to call that going the opposite direction of the person who's down in the circle.
Feels tilted so far here. The only goal came in the first minute mark.
So
Kerrigan Nanazuski.
Fourth corner for Winthrop, which is always dangerous. If you give corners up one right after another, the defense gets tired. They're outnumbered to begin with. If you don't get a good clear out of there, some bad things could happen. So hopefully Halldale will stand tall and clear that out.
Well, Cormier has been good so far. Couldn't falter on the goal. And the games that went, then the couple of games with this second Halldale game, and she's been solid all along. And a good goaltender keeps you in the game, Coach. Right?
There's no question. You can't hide a goaltender.
Yeah, there's no hiding back there. You're the last line of defense, and
especially on a team like Winthrop, they're very, very aggressive up front, very talented as far as shooters and scorers. So it's one of those games that if you don't have a good goalkeeper, it's tough to hide them.
Dana Lesko, we've mentioned her name a lot, as I've said, in the second half, and she's had a good third quarter here, particularly 2:52 left here in the third quarter. Remember, we're listing it as second, as in second half, but no halves this year. If you're just joining us, we thank you for joining us here on a beautiful day. Maybe just getting out of work and able to tune in. Coach McNally and I are both former teachers used to writing passes, so if you need a pass to watch us at work, you contact us, we'll give you a pass. Comes Baker here, stick dribble, self-pass, can't keep it in right in front of us. We're jumping to protect our stuff here.
Speaking of Baker, interesting to see across the way here, Rob, two of my former players, Kelly Mason Baker is assistant coach at Halldale, and Jess Callahan Merrill is a head coach at Winthrop. Both haven't played at Gardner. Just kind of warms the old coach's heart to see those two.
Have you ever, you probably have thought about it, but have you ever kind of put down on paper your coaching tree there to take a look at it?
I have not.
There's a shot. Cormier didn't get through on her. Pick up that thought, Coach.
There have been quite a few kids that have gone on to coach at varying places. As I said at one of the games, Amanda Surgent's down in North Carolina starting a program down there right now. Julie Bergeron did some coaching in Massachusetts. I don't think she is any longer, but she did in Massachusetts. Ashley Work is over to Marana Cook. Sharon Glant and Kristen Collins are both at Gardner and both played at Gardner. So and then you look at the youth program that's full of kids from Gardner.
Yeah.
So it's fun to see.
Well, Winthrop must have a good youth program, Coach. We talked to Coach Corbin about the youth program here with Coach Baker, and they've now into about their 8th and 9th year, I think, on that. So that's starting to pay dividends off, and that's how you keep your program going. Another corner here. Multiple corners here so far. Coach McNally can tell you how many. There's been a bucket full of them here. So far, Cormier has withstood it back there.
6 corners in the second half for Winthrop, but not a lot of quality shots off those, which tells you that the Halldale defense is tightening up just a little bit and keeping an eye on where that ball goes. But to get back to youth programs, absolutely. The youth programs in the middle schools just make the head coach's job at the high school, as you know, Rob, a heck of a lot easier. And I know Jess Merrill at Winthrop has got a good program going there that she's very involved with, and that's key as well. As a head coach, you have to be involved in what's going on below you.
Well, a very fast played third quarter. That'll do it. One goal came in the first minute of play here in the third. Kerrigan Januszewski got the goal, and that makes it 1-0 Ramblers. That's where we are after 3. We're back for the 4th after these messages. The Leavitt Hornets have established themselves as one of the leading football programs in the state of Maine.
Goes to down, it's got his man wide open down the seam, going to be 6. Touchdown Hornets, just what the doctor ordered.
And the Hornets know when it comes to fundraising that Maine athletic fundraising is just what the doctor ordered.
So here we are today at Leavitt Area High School, and I've been working with Coach Hathaway. This will be my 9th year, kicking off his team. They're a great program in the state of Maine, and I enjoy kicking them off every year. They've got motivated kids, and they do a real good job with the fundraiser every year. I think you guys are ready to roll. What do you think? Yeah. Good luck, guys. Thank you. You got it. You're all set.
So we've been working with Maine Athletic Fundraising for the last 10 years with Mark Smith. Mark's been very helpful to our program. The nice thing is we're in the preseason, double sessions, a lot going on, but they come in and take care of everything. You give the players a good talk, pump them up for the fundraising, get them the materials they need and some ideas to sell the cards, and then they get the kids out and go. So it's been very helpful to our program. We've been able to raise thousands of dollars every year, and it helps us out a lot.
Hey everyone, Travis Mills coming to you today to let you know more about CBU benefits and the plans that we offer. We're going to talk today about the accident plan and why it's so important for you to have the coverage that we offer.
So one of the things with this accident policy that's really important is that a lot of people don't even understand how it works or how to use it. People think, well, I'm never going to get injured, I'm never going to get hurt, so there's no reason for me to really have it. But statistics tell us that over 40 million people are in an accident every single year in the United States. And why that's so important is it's not just for the car accidents. If your kids are hurt on a playground, if you're hurt lifting something or out doing some kind of activity, there's always a need to claim on an accident policy. Whether you're a child or into the later years of life, there's always the need for an accident policy.
Thanks so much, Alex. I appreciate that. For more information, visit cbubenefits.com to get yourself protected from life's unexpected events.
Becky, we'll take a look at the goal in the game. Maddie Perkins with some good stick work there was able to set up her teammate, Kerrigan Januszewski.
That was a great carry. She started at her own defensive 25 and scooted down through 3 or 4 defenders, brought it from the right side across the left side, if I remember correctly, and then passed it over. Brought the goalie out, which is always crucial. Bring the goalie out, get her off center, and then a pass in front of the pads over to Januszewski. So it was a great little setup. Nicely done by Maddie Perkins.
And then the rest of the third quarter was really played in the attack end for the Ramblers, as that goal seemed to jumpstart their offense. Multiple corners, Coach McNally, for the Ramblers.
Right. We've had 5 or 6, and we had 3 more. So, and Halldale hasn't been in their offensive end at all. So it's been, as you say, the field is certainly tilted Rambler way.
So if you're Coach Corbin, Coach Baker, you're probably pretty happy you kept this high-powered offense to 1 goal. Now you might start to take some more chances of your own. Some great stick work here by Baker. Finally, she drops it, but she gets it back, and now she'll try to drive it in. She does.
And I think that's key. I think every opportunity you can, that ball's got to have to travel and get into the circle, because you're absolutely right. You're going to have to make some offensive opportunities.
Well, Baker on it quickly. She gets attacked by a couple of defenders. One of them is Maddie Perkins, who tried to drive it up, couldn't do it. So it looks like the Bulldogs want to take the attack, so that's good to see there as they're getting it done with Corbin over there, the far side. She's going up against Sydney Harrison for the Ramblers. Comes in, kicked out.
And I don't know if you saw, but they set up number 2. I think it's Ellery Stewart for for Halldale, set her up inside the circle as soon as the ball went across the 25. So they're looking for that breakaway.
So it's a good strategy against a high-powered team. Keep the game close, get 3 quarters in, and then see if you can't get that tying goal here. This final quarter, I imagine, every tick of the clock is important here to go quickly. 13:30 left if you're just joining us here. So
this is the first penalty corner for Halldale. We'll see how they set up. And as Winthrop does with Perkins, most of Halldale corners go through Avery Baker at times. So
here it comes in. And it'll stay Bulldogs. Corbin set to insert. She does. Back outside, now back in the circle. That's some good defense there. Getting a stick on it was Maddie Perkins. Perkins has had a strong game.
Well, she's multi-talented, obviously. She plays both offense and defense. She's the anchor, the flyer on their defensive corners. She's solely important in front of the offense. So she's a player to be reckoned with, and she comes with high stats. So.
It's in. It's right inside. It got away there from Cormier. It was just laying there. And there's a whistle.
What a great take from Cormier, right? She came out just the right time.
Well, Cormier plays with a great deal of aggressiveness, which is good.
Her timing is impeccable, it seems to be. She comes out and gets it just at the right time, just before the shot's taken. We used to tell our goalies, if you got an offensive player coming down on you one-on-one, you take a look, get your feet, get yourself out of the circle, out towards the penalty stroke line, and then keep an eye on the stick. And once the offensive player raises that stick, put that foot in there and get rid of the ball. And she did that just perfectly.
Here comes Corbin. Self-pass. Rolls out. Sydney Harrison to put it back in play. No, it's going to go over to Halldale. I'm sorry. Put in play in the circle. So better offense here. Corbin trying to fight for it. Can she get it? No.
It looks like Coach put a little fire under him during that, between the third and fourth quarter, because Halldale's come out on fire here.
Yeah, Emma Royce with it. She tried to get it inside here to Stewart. And good aggressive play here by the Bulldogs have given them some opportunities here offensively. A couple of corners, they'll get another one here. So they've had 3, I think, Coach, in the fourth quarter. So they're looking for the equalizer. 1-0, you see the scoreboard.
The key on the corners, though, is they haven't had a quality shot on goal yet, so they've got to turn. But Maddie Perkins coming out defensively is pretty quick, you just saw, and she stops that shot there. So they've got to make some type of a move to accommodate her coming out.
Baker tried to drive it through. She got it through. It's deflected here. Harrison takes it wide. I'm sorry, that's Abby Ross, 26, not 20. Good counterattack here. Fought for control. Belts, number 1 for the Ramblers across the way. No hesitation. Off they come. Littler. Dispossessed. But Belts will have the play here for the Ramblers. Belts brings it back out. Now she tries to reverse it in. Can't do it. It'll go over to the Bulldogs. We'll have another field hockey game Friday from here. Join Coach and I and Calvin. That's a 4 o'clock start against Oak Hill on Friday. Our next field hockey game from Gardner is tomorrow. We'll have the Gardner Tiger Winslow Black Raider. These two opponents in Gardner Winslow, very similar opponents, aren't they? Huh?
Yes,
Coach,
they are.
you know, when you look at the setups here, I mean, these are 2 storied teams and get after each other. And
much like today, I think Winslow's going to come in a little bit more experienced, a lot more coming back than Coach Glant had at Gardner. But But the Gardner kids have proved resilient and have stayed with the teams that they've played, so it should be a very interesting game.
That's a 3:30 start from Gardner tomorrow. We'll have soccer here. It'll be middle school girls soccer here tomorrow. So that'll be going concurrently. We'll have two games going on. And then I told Calvin to bring a sandwich. But don't bring a big sandwich, Calvin. There's not a lot of time to eat it because we have to go from field hockey right over to a 6 o'clock start for a 7-on-7 football tomorrow night. I don't know how I did this before I retired, Coach. I don't know how I was teaching full-time and doing that. Of course, we didn't have as many games. We'll have done like 33 games in 35 days is what we had in October. Yeah, I'm crazy.
I've said that a lot since retirement. I don't know how I did half of what I did when I was teaching full-time and coaching.
Baker tries to drive it out, and she gets a bounce. Swooping in to come up on the D was Abby Ross. Did a good job. Ross now knocks it out of bounds. They say it's deflected off the Bulldogs. So Ross will come up. Ross, one of the seniors. She'll back pass. Gets it into the hands of Anazuski. They know where she is on the field because she has been very, very active. Kerrigan's a next level player, wouldn't you say, Coach?
Yes, I definitely would agree with that, and I think that I'm looking at my notes here, but I think they said Kerrigan is a top recruit at Bates and also plays tennis. So she's looking to go to Bates next year and play some hockey. So,
well, she's probably making a graduation day speech then. Love those student athletes. Yeah, a lot of kids that make graduation speeches go to NESCAC schools. So congratulations, Kerrigan. And isn't it great to already know what you're going to do? I mean, gee, creepers. I mean, I was hoping somebody would throw me a cheeseburger out of my senior year. That's all I needed.
I don't remember being mature enough to make those decisions, to tell you the truth. These kids are head and shoulders above where I was.
I have a funny story, Coach. And my guidance counselor should have laughed me out of the guidance office. But I said, I'm going to apply to Bowdoin because I see they don't require SATs. Now, this is 50 years ago. They didn't require SATs. I had no idea. I asked my English teacher for recommendation to Bowdoin. And she just looked at me incredulously, like, really? I was only going because I thought it was, a school that didn't need SATs. Out of bounds. One of the things... Chris, I think, or you noted, or somebody noted before the game, the officials communicate with each other.
Right.
So they're wired up. We ought to put them on mic sometime. We'd have a whole set of commentary. You could have, like the officials' commentary. See what they're talking about.
I think when that came in a few years ago, the use of the radios, it really cleared up a lot of controversial calls inside the circle.
It's the first time I've ever seen it, Coach, because I'm not,
It makes it easier for them to make the call. They've got an instant affirmative.
Yeah.
If things are happening. So it serves to clear a lot of things up.
Good aerial there. Got over a pack of defenders. Field changed. But the Bulldogs looking to get over midfield, see if they can't get something cooking here. They got about 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Glad you're joining us here on a beautiful day. 4 minutes. What did I say? 44 minutes? 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Of course, you can see it right on the scoreboard. Scoreboard seemed to be working well for us today. Happy with it. If you saw our setup, you'd be impressed because we have no power, we have no internet, and bringing you the game. We're very proud of my Muncie Media crew here. We got great people working for us. We just had a couple of Hall Deal students that are going to help us out here when we get multiple games. That's exciting.
Well, as I've said before, Rob, you hear people all over town thanking you for what you're doing here, and it's just a great service. Excuse me. to see games and to see them called. And it's a lot of people watching in this day and age where you can't come to the game.
Yeah, I know.
It fills a hole or a void.
Well, very happy to be able to bring it to the parents and fans and grandparents that can't get here to see their kids play, because these are the people that supported these kids when they were going to the youth. At 8 years old, the stick was bigger than they were, and they were showing up to play field hockey. So,
right.
Really nice that we can do this, and glad we can do it. And we only do it if we can do it right. I mean, a lot of people trying to get started with streaming. I field calls every day from schools that are trying to do this, and I tell them, just be patient, do the best you can. Here comes another corner now. This is a pivotal time here in this game. They come back outside, they're trying to trigger Maddie Perkins with it. And I don't know what that call was, Coach.
Well, I think one official looked like they wanted to hold the whistle, and the other one blew it a little too quickly. Okay. So it was a bump, and I think if you were to talk to the official that blew it, probably said, I wish I'd held it a little bit so she got a shot off, but...
Kick out by Cormier. And I think that went in. Did it?
No.
No,
coming
okay.
out.
Coming out, okay.
It was darn close, so it went behind the goalie, the second one.
Well, that's one of the things. We get blocked out a little bit being down here at field level. It's nice, but sometimes when there's a scrum in front, a lot of bodies to look through, and I'm red-green colorblind. I haven't seen that ball the whole game, Coach, to tell you the truth. I need a white ball out there. What color's the ball, orange?
Orange.
Yeah, orange and green, and yikes, green shirts on I can't see the ball. I've been just making it up the whole time, I think.
And you're right, it's tough to see when you're flat when you're flat with the surface. When you're up above looking down, it makes it a lot clearer.
2:08, and we get a stopped clock. So why would we have stopped the clock? Did somebody get hurt?
The only thing I can think of
is there an injury across the way? I can't tell. Doing a substitution, are they?
Maybe an injury substitution.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sydney Harrison went out, so maybe somebody came in for Sydney. So 2:06, we may have let the clock go just a bit. We'll try to catch up with it. 2 minutes right now. One nothing. Will it stay here at 1-0? Dispossessed, trying to get it was Julia Letourneau. Here comes an aerial out. Tried to connect there with Ellery Stewart right in front.
I think in this last couple minutes too, Rob, you'll see Winthrop stay to the outside to use the time up, and Halldale's hopefully will go right as quickly as they can in the circle down through the middle is the quickest way. So nice
aerial. Baker follows it up, but
it's a third man obstruction. Once your ball goes by you with a green, Winthrop beside you, and they go by you, you've got to go forward, not backwards. Causes a third man obstruction all the time. Dangerous.
Avery Baker's got some great eye-hand coordination. Yeah. She picks balls out here. I mean, I need somebody. I wonder if she plays softball. I wonder if she's a bunter.
I think she does play softball, to say the truth.
Well, we're hoping to do softball here. Chris Wheeler and I have been talking about how we could put a center field camera up that could cover 2 games at one time. That's thought for another day, though. We'll finish this one out here under a minute.
And that back from Halldale is number 21, and I don't have a name for her on, but she's played solid on the left side back for Halldale.
Maybe there was a uniform change to try to get that next time.
But she's played pretty solid on the left side, too.
Down to 30 seconds. Winthrop just needs to probably change field one more time, but Baker says no deal. Here comes Baker. Avery tries to get it inside, looking across it. That ball went up the back of somebody, and they'll have to hurry with 12 seconds left. Baker trying to get something happening if she can. Throws it inside. And at the buzzer, it came through, but didn't get through on goal, so that's how we will end it. Terrific game here from the Simmons Complex. You see the final score, 1-0. The Ramblers over the Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back for the post-game. We'll have the Capser Pizza player of the game for the Bulldogs when we come back to Simmons Complex after this.
Feel like cooking dinner? Call Caps's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Caps's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsuspizza.com.
We'll take a look at the one goal in the game coming up here on the replay here. It's in the first minute of the second. It's Kerrigan Anazuski, the senior, tucked one home. It was a good rush up, as you said, all the way up the side by was it Perkins on the
Maddie
rush?
Perkins.
Maddie Perkins on the rush, and she made it happen here. And Kerrigan Anazuski finished it off here for the one goal that stood up here in the course of the game. So we're talking here in the interim here as we went to the break about the Capsa Pizza player of the game here. And today we're going to give it to, we'll get the graphic up here, Chris. The Capsa Pizza graphic is right here. There's that, and there's that, and we're ready to roll it. Da, 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 da. Kelsey Cormier, the junior goalkeeper here, is the Capsa Pizza player of the game. Congratulations, Kelsey. Great job in goal. Gave up the one goal, couldn't be faulted on. Had some quality kick-out saves.
Oh, she sure did.
During the course of the game. And as you said, her timing very, very impeccable when she comes out to, when she's threatened. She seems to make the right decision every time. And that's a confident goaltender there to come out like that and to make those plays, Coach.
Well, there's no question about that. And today she's playing against a Winthrop team that's seasoned inside the goal cage, especially with Maddie Perkins, who's a junior Olympian. So she made, Kelsey Cormier made 10 quality saves today for Halldale, so the score could have been a little bit worse had she not been in the goal cage. Not to take anything away from the defense that was in front of her, certainly. It was Halldale's defense that stood tall against Winthrop's offense. If we take a look at the stats, that bears us out as well. Winthrop had 13 shots on goal. Halldale had 4 shots on goal in the first half and didn't get a quality shot in the second half. Winthrop had 16 penalty corners, and Halldale had 6. And as we said, goalie saves, Kelsey Cormier had 10, and the Winthrop goalies combined for 4 total in a 1-0 ball game. So as we said in the beginning, it was definitely offense versus defense. Halldale stood strong defensively and got a lot to talk about, but a lot of positives coming out of this game against a seasoned Winthrop team who we all expected would be in the state championship game this year. So a great game today at Halldale under great circumstances.
More great sports coming up here on Munzing Media tomorrow. We'll have a couple of games for you. We'll have 2 from Gardner. We'll have Coach and I will be over at Gardner for Winslow coming to take on Gardner field hockey. Then we'll have the Winthrop Ramblers be traveling over to play 7-on-7 football against the Gardner Tigers. That's a 6 o'clock start. And we'll also have Halldale Middle School girls soccer. That'll be here from the Simmons Complex tomorrow. So a busy couple of days. Friday 2 games, Saturday another game. We'll let you know tomorrow on those games as well. But if you want to be kept up to date on all the great happenings here at Halldale High School, we're carrying all the middle school and high school sports as well as many of the varsity contests from Gardner High School. Well, great job by our crew here. Chris Wheeler on the production, Calvin Mason doing our camera work. For Coach McNally, I'm Rob Munzing. We'll see you tomorrow here from the complex and from Gardner High School. So long, everybody.